Welcome back to Natural Gas World's weekly overview of the news in the global gas industry with me, Joseph Murphy. Belgium's Fluxys has agreed to join the Hanseatic energy-led Stade LNG import project in North Germany as an industrial partner. Stade LNG is the largest of several proposed LNG plants in Germany, designed to receive up to 12 billion cubic meters per year of gas starting in 2026. A non-binding phase of an open season for the terminal's capacity concluded in mid-February, with Hanseatic saying the result confirmed sufficient market interest. The binding phase will start in the second quarter. Germany has no LNG import capability, primarily relying on Russian gas and gas from countries surrounding the North Sea for its needs. Projects to develop import capacity have made slow progress, mainly because of difficulties finding customers for the gas. Power group Uniper had wanted to build a 10 BCM per year facility, but said in November it was considering converting the project to import hydrogen instead, after receiving lackluster market interest. German LNG terminal delayed sanctioning another 8 BCM per year terminal from the end of 2020 to the first half of 2021. Five board members at Brazil's state oil company Petrobras have departed since the firing of CEO Roberto Castelo Branco in late February. Branco was removed by Brazilian President Jair Bolsonaro after the country's leader complained about Petrobras's decision to raise fuel prices. He has been replaced by a retired General Joaquim Silva e Luna, age 71, who has no experience in the oil industry. Two departing board members said that they could not accept reappointment for personal reasons, while another said his term was being interrupted unexpectedly without explanation. Another said he would not continue because of upper management changes. Russian oil and gas producers are following others in Europe in drawing up plans to reduce the climate impact of their operations. Rosneft has presented a 15-year carbon management plan, which calls for a 30% reduction in upstream Scope 1 and 2 emissions intensity by 2035. It also wants to build up its gas business so that gas accounts for 25% of its output by 2023, compared with 20% now. The company aims to prevent 20 million tons of annual CO2 equivalent emissions, while also taking steps to address its existing emissions, which came to 81 million tons in 2019. It is also striving for zero routine gas flaring and wants to develop natural CO2 sinks. Rosneft's energy efficiency program is expected to play a major role in its carbon plan. It also wants to boost associated gas utilization, buy renewable power, and develop wind farms and blue hydrogen production. The company is embarking on a massive Arctic development known as Vostok Oil, which it estimates could one day produce over 2 million barrels per day of crude. But it wants to use wind turbines to power the field facilities and is targeting zero flaring right from the project's start. Rosneft is also considering ways to tackle its Scope 3 emissions resulting from the use of its products. The fact that Vostok Oil's crude contains minimal sulfur will help here, as it reduces the need for refineries to use hydrotreating, a CO2-intensive process. Meanwhile, Russia's state gas producer Gazprom has announced it will deliver its first carbon-neutral LNG cargo to Europe in the near future, as it looks to make its gas more attractive to climate-conscious investors. The company is working with Shell, its partner at the Sakhalin LNG terminal in the Russian Far East, to implement the plan. Meanwhile, Korean firm CK Holding has pledged to invest $16.5 billion over the next 5 years to develop a hydrogen production, distribution, and consumption ecosystem in the East Asian country. The plan includes the construction of a facility to produce 250,000 tons per year of hydrogen from LNG and a hydrogen-based fuel cell power plant. Other Korean companies are also making inroads in hydrogen. South Korean oil refining group Hyundai Oil Bank has reached a deal with Saudi Aramco on the supply of liquefied petroleum gas to the country for hydrogen production. The resulting CO2 produced would be sent back to Saudi Arabia for injection into mature oil fields. GS Energy has meanwhile teamed up with Abu Dhabi's national oil company to explore opportunities in developing value chains for blue hydrogen and carrier fuels such as blue ammonia. Lastly, for this week, ExxonMobil has set out its plans to commercialize lower emission technologies to meet Paris Agreement goals. The company's 2025 emission reduction plan includes a 15 to 20% cut in upstream greenhouse gas intensity versus 2016, supported by a 40% to 50% cut in methane intensity and a 35 to 45% cut in flaring intensity. This has been Natural Gas World's weekly overview of the news in the global gas industry with me, Joseph Murphy. Thank you, and see you next week.